In a world constantly chasing after the latest anti-aging miracle in bottles that often carry exorbitant price tags, a remarkable woman named Maria at the age of 85 possesses a secret that defies these trends. People frequently mistake her for someone in her early 60s, not through the application of invasive surgical procedures or the liberal use of costly creams, but through the intentional and consistent application of two unassuming ingredients found readily in most kitchens: castor oil and baking soda. This isn't about a fleeting, miraculous overnight transformation. Rather, it represents a profound shift in mindset, a dedication to a simpler ritual, and a thoughtful return to time-tested practices. The beauty of Maria's approach lies in its accessibility, as it's a method that anyone, regardless of their age or circumstances, can adopt. Over the next few minutes, we will delve into Maria's precise daily regimen, explore the scientific underpinnings of why these ingredients are so effective, and provide you with a clear roadmap on how to begin incorporating them into your own life starting today. Maria was born in 1940, a testament to a time when life in her small sun-drenched village, cradled between fragrant olive groves and vibrant lavender fields, was characterized by a profound simplicity. Her mother and grandmother, like many women of their generation, relied on the bounty of nature and the wisdom passed down through generations, utilizing herbs, natural oils, and time-honored rituals to maintain their skin, hair, and overall well-being. However, Maria's journey through life was not always one of unadulterated serenity. As she entered her 50s, she began to experience the undeniable weight of aging, manifesting as skin that felt increasingly dry and brittle, hair that was thinning, a persistent sense of fatigue, and a deeper, more intangible feeling, the subtle fading of her inner spark. She vividly recalls a particular morning, gazing into the mirror and asking herself a poignant question: "Where did I go?" This moment of introspection served as a powerful catalyst. Determined not to simply fade into the background, Maria embarked on a journey of rediscovery, looking not to recapture her lost youth, but to reconnect with the knowledge and practices of the women who had shaped her. She found herself reminiscing about her grandmother's luxuriant thick braids, her mother's naturally radiant complexion, and the small, unassuming glass bottle that always held a place of honor on her vanity: castor oil. She also remembered the simple bowl of baking soda that served a multitude of purposes in their home, from meticulous cleaning tasks to the daily act of brushing teeth, and even as a remarkably gentle exfoliant for the face. Her rediscovery began subtly with small, intentional steps. A single drop of castor oil applied before bedtime became a nightly ritual. A mere pinch of baking soda used perhaps once a week was incorporated to gently cleanse and brighten her complexion. There were no elaborate product lines, no costly procedures, just the rediscovery of what was already present in her own kitchen. Over time, a transformation began to unfold. Her skin gradually softened, regaining a suppleness it had lost. Her hair, once diminished, started to regain its strength and vitality. But perhaps the most significant change was the return of that elusive spark. It wasn't merely a superficial appearance of youth, but a profound internal feeling of being truly alive again, of being seen, and of being deeply cared for. Today, Maria's approach to skincare is more than just a routine. It is a sacred, consistent practice, a quiet testament to her belief that it is never too late to prioritize self-care. She understands that when you begin to genuinely love and appreciate the woman reflected back at you in the mirror, a profound shift occurs, rippling outward to transform your entire perspective on the world. So what is it about castor oil and baking soda that makes them so effective? Why would a woman in her 80s place her trust in two ingredients so readily available in almost every household and pharmacy? Let's first examine castor oil. This remarkable oil is derived from the seeds of the castor plant, scientifically known as Ricinus communis. Its therapeutic and cosmetic uses date back thousands of years, with evidence of its application found as far back as ancient Egypt, where it was employed for a diverse range of purposes, from healing minor wounds and deeply moisturizing the skin, to stimulating hair growth, and even providing relief from the discomfort of arthritis pain. The secret to its efficacy lies in its unique chemical composition. A significant portion, approximately 90% of castor oil, is comprised of ricinoleic acid, a rare and potent fatty acid renowned for its remarkable anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and deeply penetrating moisturizing properties, making it exceptionally beneficial for mature skin. Castor oil functions much like a protective seal, effectively trapping essential moisture within the skin, thereby reducing the appearance of fine lines and flaky dryness, and actively supporting the skin's natural collagen production. Many women mirroring Maria's own practice incorporate castor oil into their evening skincare routine as a facial massage oil. The process is simple. A few drops warmed gently between the fingertips are then pressed softly into clean skin. Its rich, thick consistency encourages a slower, more mindful application, mirroring the wisdom of embracing patience in our approach to self-care. Now, let us turn our attention to the other cornerstone of Maria's regimen, baking soda, also known by its chemical name, sodium bicarbonate. This unassuming white powder has a long history of use dating back to the 1800s, not only in the culinary arts, but also for household cleaning and, as you might have guessed, personal care. Its slightly alkaline nature is key to its effectiveness. It possesses the ability to neutralize acidity, absorb odors, and act as a gentle yet effective cleansing agent. When utilized with moderation, baking soda serves as a mild exfoliant, effectively slowing away dead skin cells, helping to unclog pores and promoting a brighter, more luminous complexion without the need for harsh scrubbing. However, the operative word here is sparingly. Due to its inherently high pH level, which hovers around 9, baking soda can potentially lead to dryness or irritation, particularly for individuals with sensitive or mature skin if used too frequently or applied too aggressively. This is precisely why Maria adheres to using it only once a week, blending it with a small amount of water or honey to create a gentle, soothing paste. The objective is not to aggressively scrub the skin, but rather to gently awaken it. Consider it a reset button for your complexion. And crucially, it is always essential to follow this exfoliation with a nourishing moisturizer. Or, as Maria does, a few drops of castor oil to rehydrate and calm the skin barrier. Together, castor oil and baking soda forge a powerful yet elegantly simple approach to skincare. One ingredient deeply moisturizes and nourishes, while the other gently refreshes and clarifies. Both are exceptionally affordable, easily sourced, and when handled with care and appropriate frequency, demonstrably safe for aging skin. Indeed, contemporary scientific research has begun to highlight the antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory benefits of castor oil, lending further credence to its traditional applications. While baking soda may not be perceived as a cutting-edge skincare product, its established properties in cleaning and pH balancing continue to be explored and validated. This is not a tale of magic or miraculous cures. It is a return to fundamental principles rooted in the restorative power of nature, the enduring wisdom of tradition, and the quiet, profound knowledge held by women like Maria. For it is often the simplest elements that possess the most significant and enduring power. Having established the fundamental nature of castor oil and baking soda, let us now explore the scientific rationale behind their efficacy. This exploration moves beyond anecdotal evidence and folklore, delving into the biological and chemical processes that explain their remarkable benefits. As we progress through life, our skin undergoes a series of natural transformations. The production of collagen, the protein that provides structural support and elasticity to our skin, begins to slow down. The elastin fibers responsible for skin's ability to bounce back start to degrade. Furthermore, our skin's natural production of sebum, the oily substance that keeps it supple and moisturized, also diminishes. The cumulative effect of these physiological changes results in the emergence of fine lines, increased dryness, a loss of firmness, and that characteristic dull, sometimes papery texture that many begin to notice in their 50s, 60s, and beyond. This is precisely where the benefits of castor oil become apparent. Dermatologists classify castor oil as an elusive moisturizer. This means it forms a protective yet breathable barrier on the skin's surface, effectively trapping existing moisture and preventing transepidermal water loss, a primary contributor to the visible signs of aging. Moreover, castor oil also functions as an agitant, a substance that draws moisture from the surrounding environment into the skin. This action is akin to that of hyaluronic acid, a popular skin and care ingredient, but achieved through a far more economical and accessible natural oil. The ricelic acid found abundantly in castor oil has been scientifically demonstrated to enhance skin hydration, effectively reduce inflammation, and significantly improve the overall texture and appearance of the skin, as supported by findings published in journals such as the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology. Beyond its moisturizing capabilities, castor oil has also been the subject of studies examining its antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties. This is particularly relevant as we age because even minor chronic inflammation can accelerate the breakdown of collagen, a process often referred to as inflammaging. By actively reducing this inflammation, castor oil may play a role in preserving existing collagen and consequently slowing down the visible manifestations of aging. Now let us consider the role of baking soda. Our skin naturally undergoes a process of shedding dead cells, a cycle that typically occurs every 28 to 40 days. However, as we age, this natural cell turnover rate tends to slow down. Consequently, dead skin cells can accumulate on the surface, leading to skin that appears dull, uneven in tone, and generally tired. When used with a gentle touch, baking soda acts as a mild physical exfoliant. It aids in the removal of this outermost layer of dead skin cells, thereby revealing fresher, brighter, and more vibrant skin underneath in small controlled amounts. This process stimulates cell turnover and also enhances the absorption of subsequent skincare products. This means that the castor oil you apply afterward can penetrate more deeply and deliver its nourishing benefits more effectively. However, and this point cannot be stressed enough, baking soda must be employed with meticulous care. The natural surface of our skin is inherently acidic, typically maintaining a pH level of around 5.5. This natural acidity is crucial. It acts as a protective shield, safeguarding against bacterial invasion and helping to maintain the integrity of the skin's barrier function. Baking soda, conversely, is alkaline with a pH of approximately 9. This significant difference in pH can disrupt the skin's natural barrier if baking soda is used too frequently or left on the skin for extended periods. This is why dermatological and skincare experts consistently recommend its use no more than once a week. They advise mixing it with a buffering agent such as honey or water and always following up with a hydrating oil like castor oil afterward. When implemented in this measured and mindful manner, baking soda does not inflict damage upon the skin. Rather, it revitalizes it. The synergistic combination of gentle exfoliation and deep replenishing moisturization represents one of the most straightforward yet remarkably potent skincare strategies available. What is particularly fascinating is that the combined actions of castor oil and baking soda effectively mimic the sophisticated results often sought through high-end skin and care formulations, but without the exorbitant cost or unnecessary complexity. The principles of effective skincare do not always need to be intricate. Often they serve to validate what discerning individuals like Maria have intuitively understood for generations. The body inherently responds to attentive care. The skin thrives on simplicity, and the process of aging, when embraced with the right supportive tools and a positive outlook, can indeed be a beautiful and rewarding journey. So, how does an 85-year-old woman who has consciously abstained from cosmetic surgery, expensive product regimens, and elaborate beauty treatments achieve a visible appearance and an internal feeling often associated with someone decades younger? It all begins with a rhythm, not merely a routine, but a sacred ritual. This is a slow, deliberate, and cherished daily cadence that honors her skin, her spirit, and her entire being. Every single morning, Maria commences her day with warm water and a profound sense of gratitude. She eschews harsh soaps, opting instead for a soft, damp cloth and a few refreshing splashes of water to gently awaken her skin. Following this, while her skin is still delicately damp, she applies just 2 to 3 precious drops of castor oil. The critical technique, as she emphasizes, is to press the oil into the skin rather than to rub it. This gentle pressing action of castor oil aids in sealing in the existing moisture, thereby ensuring her skin remains soft, thoroughly hydrated, and protected from environmental aggressors. She then concludes her morning with a commitment to a simple, nourishing diet, typically consisting of oatmeal, fresh fruit, and herbal tea, accompanied by a few moments of quiet contemplation. These moments might involve 10 minutes of pure silence, sometimes dedicated to meditation, or simply a peaceful period of listening to the gentle sounds of nature, like the bird song. This practice is not rooted in vanity, but rather in a deep understanding of its impact on her overall energy and her sense of dignity. In the evening, Maria again cleanses her face, but this time with a more intentional approach. She explains that if she has worn a light application of makeup or sunscreen, she uses a warm towel, perhaps moistened with a touch of olive oil, to gently lift away any residue. This is then followed by her weekly ritual, a practice that was passed down to her by her beloved grandmother. Typically, on a Sunday evening, Maria prepares her baking soda paste. This involves combining 1 teaspoon of baking soda with 1 to 2 tsp of water or raw honey. For added benefit, she might optionally include a single drop of chamomile tea or aloe vera. She allows this paste to remain on her skin for a brief period, no longer than 5 minutes, just enough time to gently lift away any dullness and stimulate the emergence of fresh new skin cells. And as is her consistent practice, she follows this immediately with a thin protective layer of castor oil to replenish moisture and soothe the skin barrier. Her stated goal is not to appear young, but rather to feel clean, deeply cared for, and complete. Beyond the application of castor oil and baking soda, Maria actively cultivates what she refers to as gentle discipline. This encompasses a range of beneficial practices, including daily stretching exercises to maintain flexibility and mobility, ensuring adequate hydration by drinking plenty of water throughout the day, consciously avoiding unnecessary drama and conflict in her life, cultivating a habit of frequent laughter, and dedicating time to being present in sunlight and silence. She firmly believes that no amount of potent or advanced serum can ever truly substitute for the profound power of living a calm and balanced life. She observes, "Your skin is a direct reflection of your spirit. If you are tense, your face will appear tense. Conversely, if you extend kindness and gentleness to yourself, your skin will also soften and reflect that inner peace." Maria does not engage in a frantic chase for lost youth. Instead, she nurtures herself with the same patient, deliberate care one would extend to an old, cherished garden, combining presence with the simple, effective application of castor oil. It may sound almost deceptively simple, might it not? A commonplace kitchen staple like castor oil paired with humble baking soda. And somehow these two ingredients hold the key to gracefully navigating the aging process. We understand your potential skepticism. In a marketplace saturated with overhyped miracle creams and fleeting viral trends, it is entirely natural to approach such claims with a degree of doubt. Therefore, let us meticulously and honestly address the question that many are undoubtedly pondering. Is this truly viable? Firstly, can castor oil genuinely contribute to a noticeable difference in skin quality? Castor oil stands out as one of nature's most abundant sources of ricinoleic acid, a fatty acid possessing both potent anti-inflammatory and deeply moisturizing capabilities. Its therapeutic applications for soothing the skin, stimulating collagen production, and aiding in wound healing have been recognized and utilized for centuries. It is important to manage expectations. Castor oil does not perform instantaneous miracles. However, with consistent and dedicated application, it demonstrably supports the development of a stronger, more supple skin barrier, which is particularly crucial for mature skin that naturally experiences a decline in oil production with age. Secondly, is baking soda indeed safe for facial application? This is where a significant degree of caution and understanding is paramount. Baking soda in its pure form is alkaline, meaning it has the potential to disrupt the skin's naturally acidic pH balance if used excessively. However, this inherent property does not render it inherently dangerous. Rather, it imbues it with potent capabilities that necessitate careful and mindful application. When used no more than once a week and combined with soothing agents such as honey, aloe vera, or chamomile tea, baking soda transforms into a mild exfoliating agent. It effectively assists in lifting away dead skin cells and brightening the complexion without stripping the skin of its essential moisture. The absolute key lies in moderation. Consider it akin to using a gentle polishing cloth rather than an abrasive scrub brush. Thirdly, is this merely another iteration of an age-old folk remedy? This is an excellent question, and the answer is in essence, yes. However, it is crucial to recognize that many of these old wives' tales were born from profound wisdom. These women lived their lives without access to the luxury brands or advanced dermatology clinics that are commonplace today. They developed and passed down practices that were proven to be safe, affordable, and sustainable. In the present day, scientific research is increasingly validating and explaining the efficacy of these traditional methods. We now understand that simpler skincare routines often provide better protection for the skin's natural barrier than aggressive multi-step product regimens. Therefore, while it is indeed a folk remedy, it is also a common-sense ritual that is increasingly being supported by scientific evidence, particularly in a societal landscape that has sometimes forgotten the value and efficacy of gentleness. A common concern is whether this regimen might lead to clogged pores. For the vast majority of individuals, castor oil is considered non-comedogenic, meaning it is unlikely to block pores when used in small quantities on clean skin. However, individual skin types can vary significantly. It is always advisable to begin with a slow introduction, perform a patch test on a small, inconspicuous area of skin, and carefully observe how your skin responds. For those with particularly sensitive skin or conditions like rosacea, it is prudent to omit the baking soda component entirely. In such cases, focusing solely on castor oil, perhaps diluted, with a calming carrier oil such as jojoba or a chamomile-infused oil is recommended. Furthermore, it is always wise to consult with a dermatologist before commencing any new skincare regimen, especially if you have pre-existing skin concerns. Regarding the timeline for observing results, it is realistic to expect to notice genuine changes after approximately 30 to 60 days of consistent application. This is not a rapid fix solution, but rather a nurturing practice that requires patience and dedication. Skepticism in healthy doses serves as a valuable protective mechanism, preventing us from being misled. However, at times it can also inadvertently prevent us from rediscovering what is simple, effective, and fundamentally true. This endeavor is not about invoking magic, it is about embracing nourishment. It is about cultivating the mindfulness to touch your own face with kindness, and in doing so, perhaps witness your skin respond with a visible sense of gratitude. The skin possesses a remarkable capacity to remember, and this includes how we choose to treat it on a daily basis. Approach this with curiosity and a degree of caution, but do not let apprehension deter you from exploring something that might have been a cherished practice of your grandmother, especially if it offers benefits at a fraction of the cost of a simple cup of coffee and brings you closer to a deeper understanding and appreciation of yourself. By now, a sense of curiosity, perhaps even a touch of excitement, may be building as you contemplate trying this approach for yourself. However, as with any substance applied to the skin, particularly mature skin, prioritizing safety and simplicity is paramount. Therefore, consider this a gentle roadmap, a comprehensive yet easy-to-follow guide to initiating your own castor oil and baking soda skincare routine. Eliminate any guesswork, refrain from rushing the process, and embrace a calm, confident beginning. Step 1. Select the appropriate castor oil. It is crucial to understand that not all castor oils are created equal. For optimal skin benefits, always opt for cold-pressed castor oil. This method of extraction preserves the oil's natural nutrients and integrity. Ensure that the oil is hexane-free, meaning it has not been extracted using chemical solvents. Opting for organic castor oil is particularly advisable, especially if you have sensitive skin. Avoid products that contain added fragrances, artificial preservatives, or coloring agents. Your skin deserves to be treated with the purest, most natural ingredients available. Step 2. Perform a patch test. Before embarking on your new skincare journey, it is essential to conduct a patch test. Apply a very small amount of castor oil to the inside of your forearm. Allow it to remain for a period of 24 hours. If you observe no signs of itching, redness, or a rash, you can proceed with confidence. Step 3. Initiate with a nighttime ritual. Begin by incorporating castor oil into your routine just once a day, preferably at night. The rationale behind this is that the skin engages in its most significant repair processes while you are asleep, allowing the oil ample time to work its restorative magic undisturbed. How to apply castor oil to your face. Begin by gently cleansing your face with warm water and a mild cleanser. Carefully pat your skin dry. Dispense 2 to 4 drops of castor oil into the palm of your clean hand. Gently warm the oil slightly by rubbing your palms together. With your fingertips, gently press the oil into your skin, focusing on your cheeks, forehead, the area around your mouth, and under your eyes. Allow the oil to absorb fully overnight. There is no need to rinse it off. You may notice a slightly sticky sensation, which is entirely normal and expected. Within a few days of consistent application, your skin may begin to feel noticeably more supple and hydrated. A beginner-friendly castor oil plan for your first week. Days 1 to 3, focus solely on applying castor oil to your clean skin at night. Days 4 to 5, consider adding a single drop to your lips or cuticles to observe how your body responds to this localized application. Days 6 to 7, begin to pay close attention and observe any changes. Does your skin feel softer? Is it less dry? While dramatic changes are unlikely at this early stage, focus on the gentle care and attentive listening to your body's signals. Baking soda should only be introduced later and strictly contingent upon your skin's tolerance of the oil. Its use should be limited to no more than once a week. Here is how to prepare a gentle exfoliating paste. Simple DIY baking soda face scrub. 1 teaspoon baking soda. 1 teaspoon honey. Plain yogurt or aloe vera. Optional, a few drops of warm chamomile tea. Gently mix these ingredients together to form a paste. How to use. Apply the paste to a damp face using your fingertips. Massage gently in slow circular motions for no more than 30 seconds. Rinse thoroughly with warm water. Pat your skin dry and follow with a few drops of castor oil. If your skin feels tight or appears red after application, it is advisable to reduce the frequency or intensity of use. Your skin will communicate its needs. Learn to listen. Skincare should not feel like a clinical or rushed obligation. Allow this process to evolve into a cherished ritual, a quiet act of self-love performed daily. You can enhance this ritual by incorporating a few deep breaths, a moment of genuine gratitude, or a gentle bedtime stretch. It is in these moments that true beauty transcends mere appearance, becoming something far more profound, an expression of what you generously give to yourself. Before you commence, let's briefly review some essential do's and don'ts. Do always perform a patch test for both castor oil and baking soda. Use clean fingers or appropriate tools for application. Store your castor oil in a cool, dark place to maintain its potency. Discontinue use immediately if any irritation occurs. Not use baking soda more than once a week. Do not apply to open wounds or broken skin. Do not expect instantaneous overnight results. This practice is not about rewinding time, but about respecting the journey your skin has taken. It is about providing it with 2 simple ingredients and the patience to allow them to work their gentle magic day by day. This is about fostering connection, trust, and allowing time to reveal its benefits.